Another market recap on the day. Thank you for tuning in. This is August 27th, Thursday. So we're just going to look at the market and how it moved overall. So looking at QQQ here, just a brief overview of how it's been moving since last week Monday. Last week Monday it was a 735, and we can actually see that we push on the downside all the way into this past Monday. This past Monday was the lowest point since last Monday, August 17th. All right, so touch that low, and we have not seen that point again throughout the last several days here, last couple of days. All right, so we kept on making higher highs. Okay, higher highs, and we're basically trending up here. So most of the momentum that we're seeing has been fueled by a handful of big tech companies. All right, so NVIDIA by itself basically ignited that AI rally that's been going on for the last couple of days. In fact, since yesterday, after market today, our market opened even worse. And of course, NVIDIA earnings was yesterday after market hours. Salesforce, all right, and CrowdStrike as well. So those ones carried a lot of weight all across the market, in my opinion. But let's keep an eye out to see if other sectors of the market essentially join that narrow rally as we go forward here for the next couple of days or weeks. Okay, that's what we're looking for here. So we don't want to get too excited. All right, so overall, QQQ on the day wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad at all. If we look at the opening point right there, it was about 714. All right, actually opened up higher than 714, actually 716, about 717. Dropped down to 714, and first couple of minutes there, or maybe the first 30 minutes to an hour, was a little bit choppy, and then of course it found that momentum to the upside. All right, little pullback there, again upside. All right, overall closed green, not bad. We love that. We're gonna see how tomorrow unfolds to see if we're gonna make a higher low. Okay, so this was a low point, but it was higher than the previous day, and this was a low point, but it was higher than the previous low. So higher lows as momentum is ticking up. All right, so not to waste too much time, of course the Nasdaq 100 there up about 1.4% on the day. All right, S&P up about 0.72% on the day. Dow Jones up about 0.2% on the day. So we can see most of these rallies were centered around heavy set tech companies. All right, NVIDIA is one of them. So NVIDIA basically carried the market significantly, along with CrowdStrike and Salesforce. All right, so on the day, NVIDIA is up 8.77%, of course with a little bit of a downtrend after hours of 0.85%. But we can actually see yesterday NVIDIA was trading at about 210. All right, 210. Aftermarket gapped up all the way to about 219. Okay, today from 219, gapped up 226, a little bit of a pullback, gapped up all the way to about 230. Suave, sweet on the day, sweet. Any swing traders in here? Nice. Congratulations to y'all. Good job. Good job. This was a good one. CrowdStrike, same thing as well. Gapped up from 206 all the way to about 228. All right. So about a $22 gain on the day. So yesterday it was trading at about 184. All right. So you can imagine 184 to about 227, 228. Nice mover on the day. You cannot beat these numbers. Salesforce was another big mover on the day, up 22.60% on the day. On the week, it was trading at about 203. Yesterday, 203. Aftermarket pushed up all the way to 231. Today, the rally continued into the 250s. Okay, that's why we're saying these heavy tech companies essentially ignited a lot of the movement across the market overall. But other sectors basically have to chime in and see if they're going to join the rally. We'll keep our eyes open on that. Okay. We'll go to Micron. Micron is down on the day. During market hours, 0.92%. After market hours fell some more, 0.74%. Now it's trading at 922.92. Okay. From the day's high of about 978. A little bit of a pullback there. Palantir, nice mover as well on the day, up 4.73% during market hours. After market hours, 0.63 on the downside, trading at $184. It gapped up from 177 to about 186. Yesterday it was trading at about 171, 170, 171. Gapped up all the way to 186. Nice mover on the day. NBIS overall up 2.13% after market, gave back 1.52%. Okay, so we're looking at 230, close to market open there. We're about 226. Gap down, try to get back on the upside, back down. NBIS, anytime an opportunity presents itself, not bad to start taking positions in this juggernaut as well. On the week, we're looking at lows of about 205, 203. So that gap up to 230 was pretty nice. Lock in profit. You don't want to stay in too long unless you're long-term investing. Okay, but if you're in there for the money, if you're just there to get the cookie and be out. AMD down on the day, 0.82% during market hours. After market hours, gap down some more, 0.42%. On the week, it is up about 0.76%. Not bad. Tesla up on the day, 2.54%. Gapped up from 345 to about 354. Not bad. We love that movement on the day. SMCI up on the day, 2.85%. After market hours dropped a little bit, 0.77%. Trading at $38. Not bad. Not of a bad deal. It's trying to consolidate around this $35 territory, in my opinion. Seems to be a little bit of a support area, if we're being honest. Right there. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes open on this one. Nice opportunity. Of course, we want to see it lower. A good deal is a good deal. You can't beat that. Just because you're invested long term does not mean you cannot have your fingers crossed and hope for a better deal. Totally fine. Amazon down on the day, 1.56%. After market hours tried to push on the upside, 0.07%. Negligible. We're looking at 260 at market open. Pushed all the way down to about 255. Not bad, but overall on the day, it is negative. All right, trading at about 256. Alrighty, CoreWeave down on the day, 1.39% during market hours. After market, pushed down some more, 0.90%. All right, so we're looking at $91, $92 right at market open, and then gap down all the way to about $86. All right, like I said from last week here, CoreWeave, I really wanted to see it under $100, and we are there at $100. I might consider taking position in CoreWeave if I see sub 80. Okay, sub 80, I would want to see that, because it gapped up from about $62 last month on the 29th of July all the way to about 110. I think it had even gone up as high as 114. So right now, profit taking is going on. That's totally fine. But CoreWeave, strong mover as well on the day if you capitalize on its volatility throughout the weeks or months. Very good volatile stock, in my opinion. Apple, up on the day, 0.36% during market hours. After market hours, 0.04% on the upside as well. Trading at 314. All right, not bad, not bad. All right. Microsoft up on the day, 1.71% during market hours. After market hours, gap down a little bit, 0.26%, negligible. We'll charge that to the game. Trading at 503. All right, not bad. If we look at the week, 3.99%, 4% on the week, not bad. On the month, we're looking at about 28.32%. We're not complaining here. So even if there's a little bit of a pullback, it wouldn't be too much to complain about. All right. Intel is up on the day, 4.34% during market hours. After market hours, gap down a little bit, 0.90%. Not bad. Overall, on the day, it is a winner, trading at $91. All right. On the week, it's a loser, 2.67%. Not bad. Overall, suave. Alrighty. Netflix. Of course, the never-ending disappointment of the market in recent weeks. All right, down 2% on the day. After market hours pushed up 0.34%. Not bad here though. We're not complaining. It was worse. Netflix was trading at about $65 a month ago. About $65. Yeah. So we like this game. Not bad. Within a month, push back up on the upside by about $15. I'm all for it. Hopefully we can maintain this level here. But overall, market sentiment was somewhat bullish, cautiously bullish, lots of green, but do not let the green confuse you because it was fueled by a select few heavy hitters on the market. So we want to be careful. Big takeaway on the day is that the major indices were up, fueled by a select few stocks. NVDA ignited the AI rally, and of course the tech rally as well was fueled by Salesforce, CrowdStrike. Lots of gains on those stocks on the day. So those ones carried a lot of weight overall, but keep your eyes open. We're looking for better deals. Never know when the market basically has a tantrum. So we'll keep our eyes open. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Stay vigilant. Always have cash. Do not over leverage yourself. All right. Make sure your portfolio is at least 50% cash at all times. See you next time.